Hush Your Face is coming straight to your ears. A podcast network that's changing gears, bringing fresh funky pods with a fresh funky beat. A family of pods that are bringing the heat. There ain't no stopping us. Keep coming back to us, sick ass pods that'll make you hush. www Hush Your Face. www Hush Your Face. www.hushyourface.com.
The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 166 of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. I am your Canadian host for tonight. You know me, I'm Ryan Gibson. And hey guys, listen. We said we were going to have a contest, but Jesus wanted to go watch people punch each other in the face for money. So therefore, we're going to give you guys another week to get your voicemails in. We need more entries. We need people calling in. Give us your voicemails, and you can call us at 971-319-1421. All right, guys? So we need you to come, make that phone call wherever you are. If you're driving in your car, pull over to the side of the road, stop, dial the number, leave a voice message. You can email us. You can email us if you don't want to make the phone call. What is our email? feedback@horriblegamers.com is our email. So you can record a little message and just send it to us that way if you want. Or you can call the number. That number again is 971-319-1421. Don't forget, guys, we are a part of the Hush Your Face network. There's a whole bunch of podcasts. You know, we got the Nerdawells podcast. We got Horribly Awkward podcast. There's a whole bunch of other podcasts there. Go check them out. That's at Hush Your Face Network. All right? So, don't forget also, our intro song is done by Fowler and Twistex, and it's called Breakout. They did a little remix for us, and that's what our intro song is. So if you want to go check those guys out, they got some cool tunes, go do that. Now, without further ado, let's get this show on the go. I have two good friends with me tonight from the TXL show, This Xbox Life, Wingman 709. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, everybody. How's it going out there?
It's good to have you back on the show. Wait, who's echoing? Who's that with Jedi? Are you playing the damn stream while the show's going on?
No, I went to clear the notification because I was tagged and it automatically started playing. It opened it instead of cleared it.
All right.
Excuses.
Well, guys from Chicago, Illinois, we got Vengeful Jedi from the Geek Dig Podcast. What's going on, Vengeful?
Not a whole lot, just like to make an entrance. No, things are good, just hanging out.
Sweet. And from the West Coast, we got Gunny Chief, the only other HGP member that's here tonight. Yay, Gunny Chief! What's going on, buddy?
Wait, so you announced them two as good friends, and I'm just another member.
You're my co-host.
Oh, okay. Buddy. Well, I'm here. Nah. What's up,
You're
guys?
Here. That's what's important.
I love you, Ryan.
Well, Gunny, if you were on Geek Dig, you'd be considered brother.
Oh, I'm switching podcasts.
Oh no!
I quit.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah.
Will take from within.
All right, guys. So I played some games. Did you guys play some games?
I've played some games.
Me too.
All right. Well, let's start off talking about what we've been playing. All right, guys. So this week, I've been playing a lot of the same stuff. I played some more Agents of Mayhem. I know a couple other people have been playing that as well, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. We'll get into that later. I've played some more Sonic Mania, which is great. Again, it's a cool game. Sonic, you get like new things thrown into old levels, and like it's a fun game. If you like Sonic games, it's well worth checking out. I believe it's only $20 too, so that's not too bad. You don't have to pay $80 like I did to get the collector's edition.
Yeah, just $19.99 here in America.
Continuing on with Fortnite, I've been playing a little bit more of that. I've noticed that a lot of people have dropped off that game. Hopefully we can all get back in and continue off from where we left off. I've been continuing to do Dust and Elysian Tale as my Saturday morning stream. I know sometimes you guys are popping in and checking it out. I love that game. It's so much fun. I'm right near the end. Next week is probably going to be the final of that stream series. And what I want to do is I'm going to throw out to you guys a list of games that I want to play, and hopefully we can get the next game picked that way. We'll do like a poll or something, and you guys will pick my next game. All right? So, the new game that I played this week is a free game, Path of Exile. This game has been pretty cool so far. It's a Diablo-style top-down isometric view game where you're basically hacking and smashing all across the maps, and you're clearing maps open and going on quests and blah 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 blah. I know some of you guys have downloaded this game. I don't know if any of you played it yet. Any of you guys? You're Wing's playing it right now. So
I'm streaming it to my PC screen.
I downloaded it. I even had it on the PC for a while, for a few months.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Gunny?
I never played it. And so, okay, my reasoning is I never played it is I think I played so much Diablo 3 that I thought, well, it's a clone, but I don't know. I just never checked it out. I thought, well, it could just be more Diablo 3. But I want to hear what you have to say about it.
It's more like Diablo 2 than Diablo 3, I think. I mean, just graphically looking, it's not quite as good as Diablo 3. But it's still like it's a free-to-play game, right? So for what you're getting, not paying anything, it's a pretty cool hack and slash dungeon crawler game. So there's like 5 or 6 characters, I can't remember, that you can pick from. I know I picked the range character, so I go around with a bow and just pick people off. That's kind of the way I've been playing the game. And I find that that's a good character to have in a team, because having someone behind you kind of picking people off while you have someone that's, the big melee guy going in there and beating the crap out of stuff with swords and stuff, it's pretty handy. The co-op in this game is a little weird. It's hard to really get together with somebody. Once you do, it's not too bad. But Vengeful.
Yo.
Why am I echoing again?
I don't know.
I do hear the echo.
I don't have anything playing.
Okay, because I just got echoey all of a sudden out of nowhere.
I heard it too.
I wonder if that's Skype, maybe.
It might be, because I only have the notes pulled up on my computer, and as you see, I have nothing open on my phone.
But I can turn it off.
Oh no. Okay, well, we'll continue on. So Path of Exile, guys, the skill tree in this game is ridiculous. It's so big, like. You don't even notice when you're first picking a few at first. Like you kind of look and you're, oh man, that skill tree's big. And then when you figure out that you can zoom out on the skill tree and actually see like almost the whole thing at once. Like, it's massive. Now each character has like a certain path that they can start on, I think. So anyways, the characters can go on a certain path, but eventually you can get around to it, and you can like get to that stuff that you couldn't get to originally. But you have to start in a certain spot. Yeah, you have to see it to understand what I'm talking about. It's crazy. It's just insane. Anybody got any other questions? I mean, I haven't played a whole lot of it. I've only played about 2 or 3
the other question I had is when I was looking on social media, and was the fact that I saw some of that DLC for like $200, $300, $400. What's the deal with that? Do you have any information on that?
No, I have no idea about that. I mean, there's a trading board in the town, so like you can put stuff up and actually get people to buy it off you, but I don't think it's for real money. I think you pay in-game money for it. So no, I haven't seen any. To be honest, I haven't even looked at the microtransactions. I looked at what the $20 game gives you, like, because you can buy the $20 game, and all it really gives you is some extra inventory slots and like a few things here and there that I don't think will be worth it in the end. So I didn't bother with the $20. I just said I'll play the free-to-play one, and then if I feel like the inventory slots are the most important thing, because you have a really small inventory, and it's always good to have a bigger inventory in those games.
Right.
You're constantly picking stuff up, right? So, and you want to pick as much up as you can so you can take it back and sell it for gold, right? Or do whatever.
Wait, man, what was that game we played on Xbox that's similar to what he's talking about that we liked?
Diablo?
Torchlight?
What is it
Torchlight.
called? No, not Torchlight, but it's that other. It was a free to play, and you can get the horse and travel around and.
Oh,
Neverwinter Nights. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of sounds similar to what he's talking about.
That's
with
more third person-y. It's a little closer camera view. This is more like Diablo, where the camera's pulled out in an isometric view, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like that was the first thing I think we wanted to buy was the backpack, to collect items.
Yeah. Very similar in that situation.
But yeah, that's the one thing I'm curious about is those items on the, let's say, the Microsoft DLC store that come with the game, where I'm like, oh, that seems a little high price, $400.
Excessive?
Yeah.
I didn't even go into like there's a little section for microtransactions, so it's not like it's pushed in your face or anything. You actually have to go there to look at it. It's not like it's like, hey, spend money now. Like a free to play game usually is.
Right.
Which is nice. And it doesn't seem like I'm underpowered, like I can't play the game or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm still getting new weapons and new armor and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's going up with my levels, which is nice. I mean, the game's free to play, and if you can play it for free, why not, right? If you enjoy it, if I play this for like 60 hours and I'm still enjoying it, I'll probably drop the $20 just to drop the $20, just to be like, listen, this developer gave me 60 hours of entertainment. Of course, I'm going to give them some money, right? Like,
right, and that's what Neverwinter Nights did. You could actually go through the whole campaign without even purchasing a dime of content.
Right, but most of the stuff is cosmetic in that game, right? Like most of the stuff you can buy, or it's like a horse, or like some sort of mount. Or
no, I believe there were actual weapons and increase your backpack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, things that could actually help you, have a better gaming experience.
Yeah.
I didn't really play that game a lot, so I don't really know much.
I played it a little bit. But yeah, you could increase like your bank space, inventory space, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it also had that store that you talked about, like where people trade items. That you bought with in-game currency.
Like an auction house or whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's it for me. That's all I played this week, guys. I know you're used to Jesus rambling on and on forever about what he played, but he's not here this week. Ha ha ha! So let's move on. Gunny, tell me, man, what have you been playing, bud?
I've been playing some Sonic Mania. I just picked that up today.
Yeah?
I'm still in the first act, like that first, the old school stuff. And to be honest, I never played Sonic that I can remember. I always watched my buddy play. Yeah, I always watched him play.
Okay.
He never had that second controller. It would just sit there and watch him for hours.
So like if you know the levels well enough, you'll go through and you'll be like, oh, this is like the third level in this, blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere you'll be like, whoa, what is this? This is completely different. So like what they did was they just like put little chunks of new stuff in the old stuff. So it's kind of neat how they did that. Have you been enjoying it? Are you liking your experience with Sonic?
Yeah, I like it. I like it so far. And
it's a fun pick up and play game, and then you put it down for a bit and then you come back to it. Do a couple of levels. The biggest problem with this game is the save feature. Now in the 360 versions of Sonic, you could save anywhere. It was awesome. That was one of the like new features, and it was like, oh yeah, you can just in the middle of a friggin' level just save, and it would start you off there the next time you came in. This game, you actually have to complete a world for it to save. So it's more like the original Sonic. So you got to complete, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then each one has a boss. So if you die at one of these bosses, you're gonna start all the way back at the beginning of that world, and it gets kind of annoying when you get to like the third world, and then you hit a boss, then you get stumped on it, and you die 3 times, and then like you're done. You're starting over again.
Oh,
but
boy.
I still enjoy the game, and I mean like really with Sonic, to die that much isn't that common for me personally. I mean like you die a lot, but most of the time you figure things out pretty easily, and you have your rings, so that always saves you. The problem with the bosses is you lose all those rings, and the boss hits you once, you're dead, and you're starting over. Right?
Yeah. So, yeah, and if you're lucky, you can only grab like 2 or 3 of them back.
Right. Before they disappear.
You always want to grab at least one back so that you have that one hit, right? But that's Sonic, man. That's Sonic.
Now, I did play Sonic Generations on the 360. I thought that game looked beautiful. I know it didn't get a lot of like, like a high score or big praises, but I thought, this
Sonic
game...
Generations got a good score for Sonic games. That was the first game that came back, and people were like, "Okay, Sonic's back. This is awesome." And then they came out with another game after that, I think.
Yeah, because that was the last one I played was Generations.
Because Sonic Colors came out before that, and it was on the DS, and it did all right. And then Sonic Generations was on the 360 and PS3, and it did pretty good. And then Sonic kind of went downhill again.
Yeah, because wasn't that when they released Unleashed?
Yeah, Unleashed, right?
I can't remember. Yeah,
I know that was on the 360, and that was the one where he was a werewolf or a werewolf.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's right. He was a hedge. Yeah, what the hell was it again? A hedge wolf? A wolf? I can't remember. Whatever.
Wolverine. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, I'll have more to talk about next week on that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You play anything else, man?
The only other game I've been playing is Fortnite. I'm still having fun with it. We got Harlan. I'm enjoying it. Got Harlan in the chat, but I was playing with him and one other community member. Too. It's cool. I've just been learning more and more about this game, and I gotta say,
there's so much.
Yeah, there's a lot to it that I didn't even realize. I just thought, it's just gonna be you go around, you collect resources, you build a fortress, and you defend it, and that's it. I mean, that's the core of it. But it's got that story to it where, you're going back to your home base, you're building that. With those resources, the game looks great too. For a eventual free to play game, I think it's got, I really like the art style of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's it for you?
Yeah, just those two. Yep.
All right, Wing, what have you been playing, man?
I've been playing Agents of Mayhem all week.
Oh yeah.
It's for last night with you and Eric and Pinpoint Red.
I forgot to put that on my list. Yeah, that's right.
I was promised I'd only have to play for an hour.
It ended up being like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a good time though. I had fun with you guys, and Path of Exile, which I just started up as we were getting ready to start the show here. You told me to try it, so I'm actually streaming it to my other monitor. So I'll put my controller on for the moment. I'll probably stop here so I can better pay attention to you guys. But Agents of Mayhem has been the one I've been playing a lot, and so you guys have listened to me on TXL. I've kind of been talking up this game and saying I really enjoyed it and it was a lot of fun. I feel like I need to readdress that. The more I have played this game, the more I have found it to I think there's more things that I find upsetting about it than that I like. So, for example, I think that the animation, the cartoon story mode stuff, that looks amazing. Okay, yeah. And I'm not even a cartoon guy. That stuff looks just phenomenal. Great animation. It's really cool. I think the characters they came up with for the evil side are pretty cool. And I do think the story's not that bad. It's all weird, weird stuff, but it's a Volition game. So I think it's not too bad. I've heard it ripped for the dialogue. So I've said all along, it's pretty darn funny. There's some really funny stuff. In fact, I think, Ryan, I was talking to you today. We were in a party, and all of a sudden, there was an announcement on the ARC that Taco Tuesday was canceled due to an incident. And I'm just like, it's just weird crap like that just like cracks me up. You just hear this in the background.
Yeah, there's those corny one-liners all the time that make you laugh.
Yeah. So and the dialogue, yeah, it's over the top with the language, which I cringe at because it's like I got to close my door. Keep my kids out. I don't want them around hearing how foul the game is. It doesn't need to be as foul as it is. So be aware of that if you get this. It's very, we're going to swear and say every bad word just because we can.
But that's kind of what those games have been like all along, right?
Yeah, it's if you've played Saints Row, it's not going to be anything new. So
yeah, it's not going to surprise you.
Yeah, and it doesn't bother me.
I get what you're saying though. With kids around and stuff, you never know, right?
Be careful. It is very adult oriented. So, okay, but the gameplay. So, when I first started, I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. You got these different agents, different powers. You swap back and forth. And now I'm hearing myself.
Yeah.
A little bit of echo.
Anyways, and I kind of like, yeah, this is kind of cool, but I kind of grew tired of it. And the thing is, there's like 10 agents, and then as you're switching back and forth, you're like, oh, what is this person's special power? What is it? It's almost a little, I don't know, a little hard to kind of keep track of. It's not too bad. They all use the same buttons. They all have like one special, but they have different weapons that act differently. And you need certain agents on some missions. But I don't really, there's some agents that I really do like that I think are fun to play with, but it's, for the most part, there's only like a handful of them that I really like. All the others are like, oh, I got to play as this person to level them up. Leveling's not too bad. It goes fairly quickly, but the gameplay is very repetitious and it's really kind of boring. And one thing I found surprising was that I know, Gunny, you asked me, I think the first night, how I liked the fixed reticle. And it doesn't really bother me. It's not a big deal. I mean, I adjusted to it very quickly. You just, kind of keep the enemy in the middle of your screen. But the the gameplay is just very lacking. It's like it's the same thing over and over and over. And even like the lairs, oh my gosh, first time I went into a lair, I found Legion's lair, and I went in and like, this is awesome. And the second time I went in, I was like, oh wait, this is like the same lair. And then the third time I was like, this is the same lair. Only I'm going
the same lair with a different staircase.
Yeah, I'm going backwards through it. And it's like they have one layer and that's it. And it's like, oh my gosh. And it gets so, that is just bad. I just think that's really a letdown from these guys because they can do so much better.
Yeah, like what I said to you earlier, Wing, was that I felt like this was a Saints Row game without any Saints Row moments in it. Like it just didn't have those punchy in the gut moments where it was like, oh, that was so cool, like I said last week, I think like when you're doing that parachute scene in 3 and you're going like those kind of moments are Saints Row moments that are the things that make the game so great. Also, like the way Saints Row always adds music and stuff like that to their games, didn't get that feeling with this game. It almost felt like a half-assed Saints Row game to me.
Yeah, and what's weird is like these guys are known for like streaming, or not streaming. I just cut my stream, my thing. And said streaming. They're known for open world games, right?
Right.
And I feel like the quote open world or the City of Soul, not to trying to be humorous, but it has no soul. There's no life to it. You don't talk to anybody. Everybody, it's like the same little people walking around. I beat the game today. I finished, so I've played the whole campaign. And it's like at the end of it, I'm like driving around. I'm like, I don't even know where I am in the city. Like everything feels the same. There's no like, oh, I'm back near my home base. I would never know when, like, you warp up 2 years because you're hovering over the city, but it's just like it's a lifeless, dead, pointless town. And it's like there's these races and there's all these like little things you can do, and it's like, what's the point? And they got all these like shards. And at first I was like, oh boy, I collect these, get my agent powered up. Yes, this will hold me till crack. I'm sorry,
I felt the same way
till the game that shall not be mentioned is released. And I'm like, it's completely different. I added like you get these, you collect these shards, you get 10 of them. And then you can add this one thing to your agent to get a special power. And never did I feel like that made a difference. And then there's all these other skills. There's like 4 or 5 skills that you can get points to as you go through. And even those, like, I never felt like that ever changed the gameplay or that my character got any better. Even at the end of the game, and when they're level 40, they felt the same as when they were level 1, which was weird. Like, I never felt like I got superpowers or anything. And supposedly all this stuff is going on, but it doesn't come across in the game while you're playing it, or it just never feel like my agent got better. That's the weird thing about it.
Yeah, like I'm still early in the game, but I feel the same way. Like, just I feel like my character is exactly the same as when I started. I just have like maybe a new ultimate or whatever you want to call it, like, or a new weapon or something like that. But it's like it doesn't feel like it's that big of an upgrade.
Yeah, weapons. That's another thing too. It's you start out, which is okay. I don't really complain about that, and I know Giant Bomb ripped him on that too. But I was like, I think Jeff Gerstmann from Giant Bomb really kind of missed the point. If you heard he really ripped the game. And I agree with a lot of the things that he said, but I think he was a little harsh. And in the fact of, well, you don't even get like new guns or anything like that. I think it's okay because you're playing a character. So like Hollywood's got he's got the semi-automatic rifle, or, and he's got this super where he, thrusts out a grenade at the enemies. And, so that's what you're going to get with him. And if you want the SMG, you go play as Kingpin. If you want the rocket launcher or the big Gatling gun, you go play as Daisy. you pick the character essentially to pick the gun or your play style, So that's not really a big deal for me. It makes each of the characters unique. But yeah.
Imes wants to know how about that porn tape?
Porn tape.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't know what you're talking about, Imes.
Oh, that was. Yes, I remember. That was bad, dude. That was so bad. I know what he's talking about.
This is a spoiler.
Like I said, keep the kids away, man.
Yeah.
Don't want any kids anywhere near this while you're playing it.
Wing, do you feel like they got to a point in this game, I don't know, and they just kind of like tied the knots on it and kind of quickly, finished making this game? Too quickly?
I don't feel like they rushed it out because, I mean, the game is done. It's playable. It's solid. I think it could have used a little more in the oven. I mean, like...
It definitely needs more time. It's not solid. I've had...
No? Okay, you got more time in it than me.
Yeah, so. I've ran into, game-breaking issues. Like, where, when you go to a mission and your agents are supposed to pop up, I've actually seen, I should have taken pictures of it. I've seen it a couple of times, but instead of saying agent select, it says something like a placeholder, in the code.
Oh wow!
And then the agents they don't even show up. They're not even there, and it's all of a sudden it's you're just kind of posed, and I can hear the button presses but it doesn't do anything, and you can't get back to or I can go back to the.
What happens if you jump out?
You have to actually quit the game. It's
really?
It's just you have to quit the game and go back in. And I've had it in the middle of a mission today, in a wonderful lair. All of a sudden, it stops telling you where to go. It's just or guys don't spawn in anymore, and it's telling you clear the room of enemies, and there's none in there. And it's all you have to you have to do a restart from checkpoint because the game's broke.
Yeah, it's the guy got stuck in a wall or something like that, right? And you can't find him anywhere.
Well, yeah, there was one where I did the locate or the scan, and you could see he was in another room. He was never even in the main room.
Yeah.
And I'm I can't get him. I can't go through the door until, it's he has to come into the room so I can kill him. And it's just ridiculous. There is a lot of bugs in this game. If you do get past I didn't even see any probably until past 10 hours into it, because my first thought was, wow, it's all polished and works great, and then all of a sudden it was just crash and bug and all kinds of weird stuff started happening. So, but it's not a terrible game, but it is not a great game. It is I think it's an okay game. My honest opinion would be wait for this to hit the bargain bin.
Yeah.
It's not worth the $60. It really, truly is not.
I mean, I was glad I did a trade in for it. So I didn't really pay much. I just got rid of some games to get it. That and Sonic Mania. So I don't know, but I feel the same as you, Wing, where it's this needs to be on sale before someone picks it up, I think. It's one of those games that you should maybe play in between, when you need it, when you have a break.
Sounds like I'm glad I didn't pick this up right away.
Yeah. Did you play anything else, Wing?
No, that's all I played this week. So.
That's it. All right, Vengeful. What about you, man? What have you been playing?
Well, I ain't gonna talk about it, but I also played some Agents of Mayhem. It's a game that I'm actually currently reviewing for work, so that's why I'm not talking.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, I can say this. So far, the game just feels to me like they took Crackdown and threw it in, in a Saints Row type universe.
There's that word, Wing.
Not really, though. Yes,
I know, but I'm not as far in the game though yet. So
It's more like a Saints Row game than a Crackdown.
I just haven't spent the hours in it yet, but
like me and Wing talked about that earlier too, where it was like when we started the game, we were like, yes, this is gonna be like Crackdown, and then you get a couple hours in, you're like, this is not like Crackdown at all. So
yeah, but other than that, I played some Sonic Mania. Really enjoying that.
It's good, man. It's good.
And just like you were talking, how they took a lot of the classic levels and just added little things here and there.
Yeah.
I was really seeing that in the chemical plant zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how they added where you have to jump onto the syringe and it changes the water or the liquid so that you can, bounce on it and stuff. I like that. Some of the changes to what was originally the Casino Night Zone.
What did you think? What did you think the first time you went into one of those sphere zones where you're walking around collecting all the balls?
Oh yeah, the blue ones.
Yeah. Dude, that looks so terrible. It's like
I know.
It's like the worst looking thing ever.
It's just like it did when it was originally introduced into the games.
Exactly, yeah. It looks like original Sonic, and it just, when I saw it, it hurt my eyes, especially when it starts getting faster, because the more balls you collect, the faster you go, right?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to collect so many balls so that you can catch up to the dude and kill him. And it's just like it gets going so fast that it's like, wow, man, this on a 4K TV, this is hurting my eyes. Like, this is hard to look at. Yeah. But it's still fun Sonic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can get through it. It's just, wow.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have cleaned that up a little bit, But whatever.
Yeah. And the main reason that I picked it up, other than, a little bit of nostalgia, because I didn't play that many Sonic games in the past.
Did you get one of these?
No, I only got the $20 digital.
No, that's a good call. Good call.
Because
you don't need this thing.
Yeah, because I was kind of talked into it.
Yeah.
But the thing that convinced me was that, it has that old Sonic feel, and my nephews could play it and learn what Sonic the Hedgehog was like. So, since I game share with them, I picked it up and I started playing it, and I'm really enjoying it because I played. Basically, the two games that I played was Sonic 2 and Sonic Spinball.
Oh, Sonic Spinball. I love Sonic Spinball.
Yeah, me too. That one was great.
That's one of my favorite Sonic games.
Yeah, that one is amazing because, well, and I know why it's close to your heart because it's pinball.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I liked it too, is just because it wasn't the typical Sonic game.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I've also been playing a little bit of Fortnite. I've actually been watching more streams of it than I have playing it, because I have a buddy that plays it and streams it twice a day during the week. So I'll catch his first stream while I'm at work, and I'll usually catch the second stream in the evenings.
Yeah.
So I've been watching a lot of that, and I've been, kind of trying to help the guy out with his channel and stuff too. So I've been kind of involved in that. So I've been kind of more watching it than I have playing it, but I have played it a little bit this week. Started getting back into a little bit of Stardew Valley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's just a game that I want to get into more,
Kathy hasn't played that for a while. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her on it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the game pop up on your, like what you're currently playing.
I think she's gotten better. Yeah. I think she's gotten better at signing me out too, and I turned off automatic sign in on that Xbox because she would. I would be in here playing something online, and she would just turn the Xbox on, and it would automatically sign me in and log me out here.
Oh shit!
So I finally turned automatic sign-offs off on that Xbox, so that doesn't happen anymore. Thank God. So you probably don't see her playing as me as much.
Yeah. But I've been playing a little bit of that just because I've actually been listening to the soundtrack quite a bit. Because I've been listening to different things at work lately, and one of the things is like when I opened up my Spotify, I saw that they had the official soundtrack for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the tracks are, like a minute or two or even 3 minutes long, just they're short. And no, it's great little background music, and I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, damn, I want to play this game when I get home.
Yeah.
So I did. And then I also started playing a little Dust Elysian Tale.
Yeah.
Because
everyone needs to play that game.
What are you playing it on, Clint?
Played, man.
I'm playing it on Steam.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's not much that my laptop will run because I'll run a check. There's this website that I go to, and I just type in I have this like little thing downloaded for it, and I just type in the name of the game, and it checks my system to see if I can run it. And Dust I had no problems with.
Which is weird because it's pretty graphically intensive. I mean, at least on like I'm playing it like everything cranked full, like ultra and whatever, right? So
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of particle effects and stuff in that game. So it's pretty surprising, like that one person coded that. You know what I mean? One person coded that entire game, and it runs flawlessly. Mind you, the exact same place that I dropped into the floor when I played the 360 version, it happened to me again on Steam. I fell into the floor and got stuck, and I had to. It was in the middle of the stream too, and I had to stop the game and reload and start again because I fall through the floor every time in that exact same place. And I'm wondering if you get there, if you'll fall into the floor as well. There's just this jump that you got to make, and if you don't make it just right, you'll fall right through the floor, and then you'll be stuck, and you can't jump out. There's no way to get out of it, so you have to restart.
I'll let you know if I get to that point.
I was amazed that the exact same friggin' place it happened to me again, and I had no clue where it was because it was a long time ago I played the game, and I was like, it can't happen again. It must have been patched a million times by then because I played it when it first came out on 360.
Yeah.
I was like, it can't happen again. And sure enough, exactly where it happened, as soon as it happened, I was like, that was the spot. I'm like, that's the exact same spot again. I can't believe it.
He's probably moved on, from... You would think he would at least went on the Steam.
I don't think he's made anything else since then. Not that I know of. But I wish he would. I mean, that game is amazing. I love it to death. It's probably one of my all-time favorite games. And that's why I wanted to play through it again when I got it on Steam. I was just like, you know what? I bought this game. Sure, I only spent $3 on it, but I'm going to play through it. So, and I'm enjoying it. I'm right at the end now. Like, next week's stream is going to be the last one for that, I think. I'll finally complete it.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely a gorgeous game. And then the only other thing I played this week was a backward compatible game that apparently I already had. I turned on the Xbox yesterday and noticed I had Killer Instinct 2. Oh, no.
Oh, I think that was because we got like season 2 as games with gold or something like that, right?
Possibly,
that was
this was
a while ago.
Okay, but either way, this was like the backward compatible version from the 360.
Oh,
so
right.
I downloaded that and I was messing around with it a little bit, and it's your typical old Killer Instinct game.
Yeah. And like the way I look at that is, why would you play that when you have the new version of Killer Instinct? Unless you're that nostalgic about Killer Instinct, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it kind of made me wonder. Okay, why are they putting this out when there's a bunch of other games that I'm waiting to see backward compatible?
Yeah, it's their property, so it's easy for them to do. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I just want to see Dust on the Xbox One.
I do too. I want to see Dust on the Xbox One X. enhanced for 4K.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I mean, I play it. The cool thing about like playing it on Steam is I get to play it in 21:9 mode, and the side scroller like that in 21:9 is awesome because you can see so much more, right?
Phil Spencer, give this guy a call.
Man, I want the Xbox One X to have 21:9 support. That's what I want. Or just Xbox One in general to get 21:9 support so I could plug it into my monitor. That would be wicked.
That would be nice. Yeah.
All right, is that all you've been playing?
That is all I played.
Alrighty. We should swing along into the news.
The news machine.
The news machine. We're going to fire it up. Fire up the news machine. Gunny, you want to look at the news?
I will look at the news. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? We've got the NES Classic up for pre-order. And it's gone. Goodbye.
Yep, bye-bye. Yep, guys, the NES pre-orders went up. I guess you guys probably know this by now. I mean, they went up and literally, like, I saw it and I clicked on the link. The link had been up for like 10 minutes, I think. And I was like, oh, wow, they just put this up. Maybe I'll look at it. I looked at it and sure enough, they were all gone. So I was like, I don't care. I really don't want one. If I see one at retail price, I might pick one up. But if it's like the NES Classic and I don't even see one in a store, forget it. I don't need it.
Yeah, same here. That's the way I feel about it.
Be nice to have, but I'd love to have the little mini, all the little minis on my entertainment system, but
yeah,
not for I'm not going to spend like $400 off a like secondhand dude that went and bought 68 of them or something stupid like that and is selling them for like 10 times the price. That's ridiculous. I don't know why people I can't even fathom why people would do something like that,
Yeah.
And what is the deal with this? What is the deal with this? I'm going to say it's Tai Ding bot that people are using to copy the NES Classic pre-orders. And of course, they've done it with other things as well.
They're using the bot to search so when it goes live, the bot will automatically do a pre-order for them, and they can put in custom orders and whatever. They could say, when this thing goes live, pre-order 20 of them for me.
Well, I say this thing is
20 of them.
This thing's crap because it is what people are going to use to, sell it on eBay.
And the thing is they're paying $110 for this bot.
Yeah, they're paying for the bot more than what they're going to end up paying for the console.
But when they get the consoles, they can turn around and resell them for 3 times, 4 times the price, and they'll make killer money.
Yeah, true. They'll easily make that back.
Well, okay.
It makes sense. But these people, what needs to happen is people need to stop buying second seller shit like that. When you can go into a store and buy it for $60, why are you going to pay $400 for it? You're ridiculous. Don't do that. That's just giving them money. Why? Well, it makes no sense to me.
I guess there's a market for it, but
there is, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, Nintendo's not going to make any more. They're going to, just like the NES Classic, they only made a couple and said, we're done. Yeah, Nintendo's really to be blamed here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree. Nintendo should just, I don't understand. I do understand why they're not making them anymore. I mean, when you look at it, the NES Classic, they want these things to be collector's items. You know what I mean? And then they don't want you, now they don't make the NES Classics. I guarantee you the first thing that's going to come to the Switch is NES games for a virtual console or whatever they're going to call it.
Right.
It's going to be NES games. And then once the NES or the SNES Classic is no longer in production, those games will start coming to the Switch. And then they'll make the N64 mini.
But you know what? That's ridiculous. It is. If that's what they're doing, that makes no sense, because someone who's going to buy the NES Classic, it's just because they want that little box. It's nostalgia. They're probably not even going to really play it. But it's not competing with the Switch, because if you have a Switch and you can play those games on the go, which you're not going to carry this classic box around with you. But that's the thing. Not competing. You could right now you can't play that stuff on the Switch. So what I'm saying with this is that
they're selling these now before you can get the stuff on the Switch, so people will buy this, right?
Right, but there's still, the thing is, it's not like they couldn't sell both at the same time. You know, if they're like, well, we can't sell it here and then charge them again over here. Yeah, you can, because people are going to buy it. People are going to have their Switch when they're traveling. They're not taking their classic NES,
obviously,
classic Super NES minis with them. They're going to throw their tablet in their bag and go, and they're going to play it on the plane, and they'll buy the stuff. This whole thing is like a nostalgia thing of that's all these people want it for.
Right.
I don't think a lot of these people want it to play the games because you can already do that.
Yeah, you can already get a Raspberry Pi or some sort of emulator.
They should be putting out these still. They should still be making them because people will be buying them like crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a smarter move on Nintendo's part, but I'm sure they have something up their sleeve. Like, I honestly believe that they don't want to. They want to put these out and then shut it off so that they can get sales for the people that didn't get the NES classics on the Switch. That's what I think is going to happen. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I was just originally disappointed that I couldn't get the NES Classic Mini when it came out, because I wanted to give it to my nephews for Christmas. It wasn't even so much that I wanted one. I wanted them to be able to have the experience that I had as a kid, sitting in front of the TV with that little box there, with, a corded controller that they had to, sit all up on the TV to play.
Yeah, a 3-foot long cord.
Yeah.
Like, how ridiculous is that? Who sits 3 feet away from their TV anymore?
Yeah. Well, we did when we were kids. That's the point. But I wanted them to have that experience, and
Yeah. No, I remember
75 inches.
Secondhand seller.
Yeah, secondhand sellers are the worst. I can't stand them. Anyways, Gunny, what's the next story we got here?
That next one was regarding that Zelda reference, but I didn't see the link for that. So, gosh.
There.
Well, it just said the story was taken down.
Oh.
So on this one is play video games for the Army, freedom and liberty, America. Hell yeah. It says the Army is looking for a few good soldiers to play video games. It looks like the U.S. Army has fully embraced the American legions of gamers. But I think we've had this before. And as a matter of fact, I think I've even seen these in, like, what you would call Army propaganda videos.
Well, they've always had, what the hell is that game called? American Army or whatever? Is that what it's called?
I can't believe they never made any more.
And America's they kind of use that as, they use it as a training simulator, right?
Right. This one is Operation Overmatch. Isn't all fun and games. The Army intends to monitor and solicit feedback for the troops on how the up-armored killing machines they pilot in the game fare. So the service can figure out what weapons and armor concepts are worth pursuing before committing real-life prototypes. And I see some pictures of tanks here. So I don't know where to find this game.
Maybe it's not out yet?
Yeah, I think it's coming.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, did you guys see this Minecraft Xbox? I know Wing did because we saw it together. the Minecraft Xbox One S?
Yeah, I saw a picture of it today, actually.
Have you seen it, Gunny?
I've only seen pictures. I want to see the video of it. But I think
it looks pretty cool.
I like how it doesn't look like a slap, coat of paint on it, where it's just like, plastic stuff over it.
Well, and it has the clear on the bottom of it, where it has the redstone going around, and I believe the redstone lights up.
Why couldn't they do this with like a Gears of War or something? That would have been cool. Not to, put anything down on Minecraft. It's a great game, but
when you think about it, Minecraft is their bread and butter right now. They make a lot of money off Minecraft. There's a lot of kids out there that'll go eat this Xbox One S up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and especially because
and these controllers.
Yeah, and now you have, if you go into the Xbox the preview program, there's that beta that you can download where you can cross-play between the Xbox and PC.
Yep.
So yeah, Minecraft is, Microsoft's, big baby here.
It's a big thing for them, yeah.
Yeah, and I believe you can actually still go to Mojang.com and still purchase, that's where you get the game from. But there are other versions, whether it's the 360 version or the Xbox One version or the Xbox Store version.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes
10.
on. Yeah, Windows 10.
And I mean, that's
the
PlayStation even.
Yeah, and I forgot the crossplay also extends to, the tablets and stuff, like the Pocket version.
Yep. It extends to everything except for Sony. Get on the fucking train, Sony.
Come on, crossplay.
So I had a question. So I'm not a Minecraft player.
Yeah.
But they were talking about that redstone lighting up on the bottom of the console.
Yeah.
So is redstone an element of Minecraft?
Yes.
Redstone's the thing that gives things power, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
like when you set up your track, like your mining track, when you power up the
Think of it like a
panel that
power
propels
line.
you, yeah, that's what you use to power it up.
So you put a piece of redstone on one side, and you put a piece of redstone on the other, and it connects.
Yeah,
And then you have power running through the entire line.
yeah.
Or you have to do it every so many tiles. You have to put a piece of redstone or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a little it's a little accelerator that when you run over it with your cart, it pushes
Gives you a little boost. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So then Windows 10 Redstone 3 that's coming out here in October, that's a Minecraft reference.
What's that?
It must be.
The updates, the last couple updates to Windows 10, they've called them Redstone 1, Redstone 2, and Redstone 3 is the one coming out in October.
Oh,
Huh.
okay.
So that's their quote code name. It's funny. I've been calling them Redstone. That's what we've called them for so long. And then the other day during that thing, they said Redstone for Minecraft. I was like, is that where the name comes from?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
according to the article, it's essentially their electricity system.
Yeah.
Which has been in the game way early on. And just an added note, you can actually go to YouTube and watch some of these if you're interested.
Unboxing video.
No, actually, where they've taken redstone and they've built things like calculators, working calculus things, and the list goes on with just what they've used these redstones for.
Yeah, like on the PC, you can get playable versions of the Game Boy versions of Pokemon.
Yes, I've seen that. That must have taken some time.
Yeah. I think the most that I ever did with it was that and the music blocks, and I made a custom doorbell for
Right. Yeah, I've made doors. That's what was my thing.
yeah.
Okay, 4 doors open at once. Nice. Oh, and then you could. What are those other things called? They're the delays where it's not instant.
Oh yeah.
Those are important too.
Yeah, you can set the ticks to it so that it opens up at a certain time. So this way you could be walking through something and you walk through the one door and then a second or two later the next one will open up, or something like that, or
All fun stuff. I haven't played Minecraft in quite a while.
So
I haven't
So the
played
console-
it a bit, but
the console also comes with the Creeper controller that looks like a creeper. It's got the creeper face on it. It's kind of cool looking.
yeah.
And then there's another one that you can buy separately that looks like the pig,
the pink pig.
which is kind of cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
the pink pig.
But then
That looks cool.
on the back of the creeper controller for the battery cover, it's got a TNT on it.
Yeah, it's got the TNT, and then the back of the pig controller has a pigtail on it. So,
Sweet.
all right.
Hey, did everybody get their pre-order in for Xbox Scorpio?
Who got it? I got one. I
Nope.
got one.
Because it was
got
sold out in less than 1 day.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that's just the Scorpio edition that sold it. I think you can still pre-order a 1X, can't you?
well, even if not, if you remember, even in the past, where with the Xbox One, where they will sell an initial day one type console, and then eventually, probably, who knows, maybe a week or two from now, they'll come out with more pre-orders for, your Xbox One X.
They had the Scorpio edition, and that sold out. That sold out really quick. But the One X was still up for pre-order for a while.
Oh, okay.
After that. But the actual Scorpio editions sold out quick.
Yes. I was able to. I'm pretty sure I got one.
Amazon.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're pretty sure? Did you get a?
I'd have to go in there. I'd have to. Yeah. Within the first few hours, I was able to get one at Target. I hope I got like the Project Scorpio edition. Damn, I have to go back and check.
It doesn't matter, Gunny. To be honest, don't be disappointed if you didn't. All it says is Project Scorpio on it. That's it.
That's
the only difference. It's got a green tinge to it. The black has kind of got a green tinge to it as well, which is what I liked about it. I like that kind of military look to it. But
yeah, I'll probably be giddy for a week.
The other one's just going to be black. Who cares?
Look at
it's still going to play the games exactly the same. So what does it really matter?
That's what I'm after. That 4K stuff.
Yeah.
It says here.
Wait, how you feeling about your Xbox One X purchase? Because I know you got one too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You got a Scorpio edition too, didn't you?
It says so. Yeah. I ordered it like as soon as they went live on Amazon. So
yeah. Well, I ran to my GameStop and my EB Games and pre-ordered mine. So, it was funny because me and you were watching the conference together, or if you want to call it a conference, it wasn't really a conference, the show together. And basically right at the end, I had to leave and go pick Kathy up, and I was like, I got to go to EB first, and So as soon as I'm like, Wing, I got to go. See you later, man. And I called EB, and I'm like, are pre-orders open? He's like, yep, just started 2 minutes ago. And I'm like, boom, I'm on my way there. I was the third person to pre-order it, so
we didn't.
And they said they only had 14 of the Project Scorpio editions.
Did we even know this was coming? I don't think I think this was quite a surprise because that we knew the Project Scorpio edition would be out.
Well, that was what Microsoft was betting on. They were hoping that people would think it was a surprise. I know me and Wing were a little disappointed watching that conference and just being like, we saw this at E3. We saw this at E3.
Yeah, and it was a bunch of people just sitting around on a couch talking.
Yeah, it wasn't that exciting.
And and I think we talked about it before, even off air, where it's like, oh, is it more of a conference? Is it just, do I watch it on Mixer or Twitch or something? But yeah, I didn't even bother. I just went to IGN and different websites.
Wing,
just kind of kept up with it.
Did you win anything off Mixer this time?
No, I didn't get anything that I'm aware of.
Me either. I got nothing.
No.
So
I got nothing. Hey, but just to continue on with that article where it says Aaron Greenberg said that Amazon stock was the stock for the Xbox One X Scorpio edition. It was gone in just 25 minutes, which probably refers to Amazon Germany. That's because he then says, we knew the core fans would be digitally pre-ordering the Xbox One X and wanted to make a special edition just for them. In particular, in Germany, the fans ordered at an accelerated rate, maybe the fastest in the world. So it was great to see the support from our fans here. So I probably didn't because I got it a couple hours after.
They're saying that that this is the fastest pre-ordered console ever.
It says here sales numbers weren't shared because I believe Microsoft is not doing that anymore. But the Xbox One X Project Scorpio edition was in the top seller for Amazon US when it became available. The limited edition Project Scorpio version differs in that it features a mesh design on the top with special green lettering, like you said, and a vertical stand and a green lettering on the controller. It costs the same at the base version of $4.99.
Yeah, you just get a little piece of text on your console. That's it.
Yay.
All right, what else we got?
Well,
Zipping through the news.
Can I take this very next one since it involves my hometown here?
Chicago.
All right, you go ahead.
Okay, so as we all know, the Chicago Cubs won the last World Series. And if you go to YouTube and search for Cubs win the World Series, you're going to get a shit ton of different videos. Well, there's one YouTube channel that puts the game in a very unique perspective. Using the game Bases Loaded 2 from the NES,
Yeah.
they recreated Game 7 of the World Series. The game where they officially won everything. And they even put in the video, complete with Joe Buck's calls during the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you get to watch the recreated 8-bit version of the Cubs winning the World Series.
That's cool.
As played through Bases Loaded 2.
Wow. That is cool.
Yeah, even though I'm not a Cubs fan, I got to admit, I mean, I'm looking at a little bit of the video here that's showing it. It's actually pretty cool. I'm like, I want to go back and play Bases Loaded now. But not for, playing the Cubs. Oh, God, no. No.
I always preferred that Neo Geo one. What was that? That wasn't Super Bases? No, Bases Loaded was NES. What was the big one on Neo Geo? It was Baseball Stars. Baseball Stars. That was it.
Okay, yeah, I haven't played that one yet.
That's a good one.
But I liked the old RBI baseball.
I think
If
I wonder how
you're gonna get into that, but
I wonder how MLB the game is doing on Sony.
The show?
Yeah, MLB the show. Yeah.
It always does good. It always does well for them.
It's just like Madden, always selling and stuff like that. It's because
I mean,
that is the one big MLB game that you have.
Yeah, that's the only one you have.
Yeah.
Other than like little arcade titles and stuff, no one else makes a baseball game except Sony. I mean, I got a buddy that was like, he's huge into baseball, but he always played on Xbox, and then he had to go to Sony because it was the only place that had baseball anymore. But anyways, speaking of Sony and Microsoft is apparently talking to Sony.
That's what they claim.
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying there, Gunny? What are they saying?
They are saying that, where is it? It says, given that Microsoft is a little behind, enticing gamers with the tease of potentially cross-play makes a lot of sense. Again, Aaron Greenberg, my buddy, who was in Cologne, Germany at the Gamescom, he told Game Reactor it's a customer's first focus, and I think that's where the industry's going. He specifically pointed to the ability to play Minecraft across multiple devices, including the Xbox One, iPhone, Nintendo Switch. We've heard this before. But as for Sony itself, he just says we're talking to them. We do partners with them on Minecraft, of course. We'd like to enable them to be part of that community and unite gamers. We're hopeful that they'll be supportive of it. Hey, you know what I would tell to Sony? I would just be like, look, you want to keep Minecraft on your platform, huh? You better make it cross-play. Otherwise, files could be corrupt.
Care so much. I don't know if they'd care so much. I think Sony would just be like, fine, take Minecraft off. Like, because they're not making that much off of it.
I'd strong arm them. I'd strong arm them. Hey.
Hey, you want PUBG? Huh?
Yeah, you want a little of that?
You want PUBG?
Cross-play, pal.
Give us some crossplay.
Well,
Come
okay.
on, Microsoft, kick their butts into submission. Make them do crossplay.
This is just an old statement from PlayStation's global sales marketing head Jim Ryan, which he said back in June. It's just this, we're always open to conversations with developers and publishers who want to talk about it. Unfortunately, it's a commercial decision between ourselves and other stakeholders. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. PR speak.
It's just another word for saying thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. I still wish they'd open up the cross-play for Rocket League.
Rocket League, yeah.
I know a few people on PS4 who play it, and I would love to kick their ass.
All right. What do we got next, Gunny?
We've got, let's see, Eclipse picture with the Game Boy. Did you guys see this?
I saw this. Yeah, this was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I hadn't yet. I'm opening it now.
They used a Game Boy camera to take a picture of the Eclipse, and it's like all this pixel picture.
Oh,
It's pretty
dude,
cool
that's
looking.
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, eh?
I like that.
That is cool. Yeah, what does it say here? Oh, he says, I don't know his name, but he says, I shot it on my backlight DMG Game Boy. Then I used the Interact Mega Memory Card on my pocket. The camera doesn't fit in the DMG with the Mega Memory, and back the save file up to the Mega Memory. Then I plugged my USB 64 megabyte cart into the and restart the file. It says I can plug that into my computer and retrieve it using some other technical words here. He then goes on to say that I can open the save file in either the GB camera dump on the site, which provides a pretty drag and drop font, end up for this task. I don't understand what he's saying, but anyway, he took a picture of it. You can check it out anywhere on.
Yay!
It's a lot of conversion to different file formats.
Yeah.
Just in order to get it to a format that's viewable on current
Today's
tech.
Gosh, it
tech,
tells you
yeah.
how far along we've come in technology. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
But it's, yeah, definitely a different view from an old camera.
Yeah.
Yep. From 1998.
Anyway,
we
going
got?
on, guys. It says VR is the future of gaming. Where are we now? That nobody cares about.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I felt all along, guys.
Oh, wait, whoa,
With
what?
VR.
HTC looking to get rid of itself of Vive virtual reality? The one's dropping off, it seems like.
HTC Vive they're stopping?
That's what this article claims. Bloomberg reports today that the company is in the midst of exploring options ranging from separating its virtual reality business to selling off the company. But no final decisions have been made, and HTC may choose not to proceed with any strategic changes, according to Bloomberg. That means they're selling it. It's up for sale.
There's a possibility that they could sell it, but they're looking at what they're going to do with it in the future. That's all. I mean, that's not really. I mean, honestly, when I look at VR, it's not. I never thought it was going to catch on. I never thought it was going to be, it was a cool thing. It was a cool piece of tech, but especially at the price that it's at, it's like that's not going to catch on in a normal market. You're going to have those niche people that are going to play VR and buy VR headsets, but it's not going to be like everybody is buying a VR headset and everyone has one in their home, like you do with Xboxes or whatever, right?
And I think that's why we didn't see
I don't know, man.
not even a second of footage from Microsoft press conference at E3 regarding virtual reality.
I think Microsoft is just going to hold tight, and if it takes off, they'll do something. If it keeps going the way it's going, they're going to just veer in a different direction or find something else. Yeah,
it says here, the news comes at a time when virtual reality seems to be in a bit of a lull, and headset prices have been dropping. Earlier this week, HTC dropped the price of the Vive to $200. That's pretty cheap. Yeah, I heard this actually.
$200.
Yeah, I heard this about a month ago, actually, that they went down significantly in price.
I've seen Oculus on sale for like $550, but $200.
Yeah, I saw this last month. I thought
that must just be the headset, though. It can't be the headset controllers and things as well.
Yeah, it even says earlier this year, Google and Facebook both expressed major interest in a more immediate future powered by augmented, not virtual reality, huh? Didn't Microsoft say this? In virtual reality, everything a user sees is created. In augmented reality, a layer of created content. Yeah. From animal characters to furniture to Adobe Mask for your face is inserted as filter between you and the real world, blending both.
The problem with augmented reality is the screen size. Like, even in HoloLens, a lot of people complained that it wasn't big enough. You know what I mean? Like, the screen where you could put augmented stuff wasn't big enough for you to be able to really use it as well as you wanted to. But I mean, there was cool stuff for the HoloLens. Like when it came out and they were showing it off, like that Minecraft stuff was pretty neat. And I know there was like a really cool Halo sort of augmented reality thing that some people got to play.
Yeah, and I heard nothing but awesome things about that Halo thing. And I thought, well, there's real potential for everything there besides Halo.
The problem again is price. I mean, that thing, the actual, you can buy a HoloLens headset, a developer kit from Microsoft, but it's like $3,000. It's really expensive. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's an expensive piece of tech, and I think that's why Microsoft kind of stopped pursuing it. I think they are more thinking about HoloLens for like schools and shit like that, where a school would buy something like that, or NASA, or people that use AutoCAD, 3D, right? Being able to see your actual object in 3D and move it with your hands and stuff,
like drafting and architecture type stuff,
or like building and like they showed a demo of someone building a motorcycle once. I remember with HoloLens, and it shows you how to how you put all the pieces together. Also, I think it would have been be really big in like tech industries where people are trying to help other people with things. You know what I mean? Like it's easy for someone to just bring up a little screen of someone talking to them, and then be able to show them, hey, this is the thing I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? And then that person can just be like, point things out to them. There's really cool things you could do with augmented reality, whereas VR seems to be stagnant, and it's just like, I don't know. You guys know how I feel about VR. It never impressed me. It was cool at first, and then it was like, okay, but is it worth the money? And it never measures out to be worth the money to me personally, especially up here where like PlayStation VR is the cheapest thing you can buy, and that's $800, $700, $800 up here. And it's like, there's no way I'm going to spend that much money on a headset. Doesn't make any sense. Right.
So, just finish up. This article does go on to say that the other major player in the virtual reality arena, PlayStation, and its PlayStation VR headset continue to sell out, according to Sony. But you know what that tells me? It just tells me they're making these to demand.
Not exactly.
Not to crap on it, but I just think, they're just not going to make 10 million of these and have them only sell half. So I get it. But yeah, I haven't heard that it's failed on Sony. I hear it's moving along. I don't know at what pace, but we'll see. See how things go this holiday. But yeah, I don't think I'm interested in any of that stuff. I'm good with a controller and a 4K TV. My PC, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, what else we got, Gunny?
China's military not fit due to video games and excessive masturbation.
Excessive masturbation.
Okay, I had to reread that. I'm getting the right word.
Nope, you're right, because I was sitting here reading the article. Wow.
Okay, here's just the caption. Why aren't Chinese military recruits fit? Video game and excessive masturbation, reports say. Okay.
Yeah, they claimed that at least 20% of recruits are rejected for being overweight, and that 8% of male recruits also had enlarged testicular veins, which is a symptom of either excessive masturbation or sitting down for too long. And that
better check my veins.
Reported that people were displaying signs of poor sleep, bad eyesight, high blood pressure, excessive sweating. And they didn't identify which city this occurred in, but that almost 60% of the candidates had failed the physical exams.
Wow.
And China's not really known for their big people.
Right, right.
They're usually little people, right? Like,
yes.
Let's be honest. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so apparently, young Chinese men like to play video games and fap a lot.
Yeah. It says here.
Wing, do you want me to get you a link to our news stories for your show?
Yeah.
No,
Your
we can
family
pass
friendly
on.
show.
Yeah. I just thought you might like them. I don't know.
Oh God, I want to take this one for Geek Dig. This is gonna get some laughs.
It says here, guys, fizzy drinks, video games, and excessive masturbation. Yeah, I mean, let's just leave out the fapping part. But yeah, soda. Yeah, lots of excessive amounts of soda for sure. Sitting in one place and drinking a lot of.
I sit in one
Sugar?
place and drink a lot of soda. Oh,
Shame on you.
Never mind.
But I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, too much of one thing is
And
anything is bad for you.
But you gotta ask though with the masturbation. I mean, how much is excessive?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, right.
I mean, where do you draw that
where do you
line?
draw the
What
line?
is
Yeah.
the threshold?
4 hours a day is just top it off right there. Cut it off.
4 hours? That's rookie numbers, dude.
You got to pump those numbers up.
Oh God, did you have to use pumping up?
All right. What is the next story, Gunny? Let's move on.
All right. I'm still stuck on that one. The last one we have here is mother finds provocative photo in McDonald's video game. I didn't know McDonald's had a video game. So this must be like
Did
one
I.
of those web games.
McDonald's has video games?
Yeah. Let's see here. Mother outraged after girl 11 finds provocative photo in McDonald's video game. Let me see here. What does it say?
What would you like for your room
Can't
tonight?
get this to load.
120,
Oh, there we go.
100, or $89?
Let me pause this here. Let's see. It says the picture was not bad enough, but the woman claims McDonald's employees did not shut the game down immediately for an investigation after she complained about it. Another article just popped up. Stop it. Let's see here. They were there for a snack and a place to play. She said she couldn't believe her eyes when her daughter started complaining about a provocative picture where she was playing solitaire. It says, I was shocked, she said. Oh, the cards.
It was the
Should have,
cards
like-
were supposed to be pictures of McGruff, Ronald, or the Fry guy, and it turns out that it was women in an almost nude woman in a provocative pose.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Oh, yes. She was
There's a little
stunned.
picture of it, and she's like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, she's hot and steamy. They blamed it on the vendor, but when KDKA arrived hours later, the video game was still in operation. It was finally turned off when she started asking questions. Okay. Very interesting. Let's see. It says here the game is in question and has been in operation for more than a decade. Okay. Without issue, as I learned that a customer had expressed concern. I've never seen this. I don't know what the hell they're even talking about.
yeah." I don't know either. I've seen GameCube games, like little things set up in McDonald's playlands and stuff like that before, but I've never seen like a touchscreen like solitaire game or anything like that.
No, we don't have those anywhere here.
But, yeah, weird. All right.
Yeah. Sounds like something for a bar, or tavern.
Yeah, it's like one of those touchscreen things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird.
Very strange. I think that's all we have, guys, for the news.
That's it for the news. All right.
Yep.
We didn't grab the questions.
No, we didn't get any Facebook. No, I didn't put them up on the.
We got
thing.
one. We got one Facebook question from, of course, who else?
Brian.
Brian Tulp Jr.
Brian Tulp Jr. And I believe he's in the chat. He should be. He's always in the chat. He's usually there.
Yeah.
But Mr. Brian Tulp Jr. asks us, I have seen a lot of short background origin stories posted for Overwatch this week. What game do you wish they did this for? And what game do you want to know more origin stories about the characters? He says, I'm going to go on a limb and say Eric says Gears and Ryan says Borderland. Well, Eric's not here, but I'm guaranteeing you he would probably say Gears.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guarantee you right here and right now that I'm going to say Borderlands, because I think that would be really cool to have, like, and they've kind of done stuff like that. They've done those claptrap videos where he was talking about all the characters in the game, and it was like a web series. I think it was when Borderlands 2 came out. And those are pretty funny. But yeah, what about you guys? Do you guys would you guys like to see like these little short stories on any characters in video games?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like what game? Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes, because those are super short. No, those have always been, where they just show like merely 5 seconds of that character, and really I just press X to continue.
No. I'm talking about, like, you know how Overwatch has like little web series that tells the backstory of their characters.
I don't.
Like, you go on the internet, go to YouTube, and you'll find them.
Yeah, I've heard them in podcasts that people talked about it, but I've never seen them.
I think Jesus posted one.
I'm not a big YouTube fan anymore.
Yeah, and they've with Overwatch. I mean, just even some of the stuff in their backstories. Like the character Symmetra. She's got autism. And, they've made mention to the fact that, like, Tracer is a lesbian and,
right.
A
lot of diversity
like
there and
so,
open-mindedness, sure.
But, but the point, being that they're, giving these backstories and fleshing out these characters more.
Yeah.
So
it's not like stuff that you would see in the game. It's like a backstory that you don't get in the game, right?
Yeah.
How do you
to add to your?
Yeah. How do you guys feel? I'm kind of mixed on that aspect of it, where it's like, can I just play the freaking game and play with that character? I don't know.
You don't. That's what I'm saying to you, Gunny. It's not in the game.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the game.
If you don't want to look at it, you'll never know about it. But if you go searching it out, you'll find it.
I always thought it was in the game. Every podcast I've ever listened to, I always assumed that was part of the game where so-and-so could be a lesbian and this other character could be...
It's canon to the game. It's like it's part of the story.
Different...
But you don't get that in the game. You get it
okay.
from like the YouTube videos or the webisodes, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. Okay, because I always thought after listening to Video Game Outsiders that this was part of the main, thing if you actually sat there and watched it on the game. Okay. Cool.
I'm going to go on a limb just because it's a game that I've been playing a bit of lately. But I'm going to say I'd like to see a little more backstory to Fortnite.
Yeah?
I think they've got characters, though. Yeah. I was going to say there's way too many.
But, you pick, like, who's it, like Ramirez or whoever that you start off with, playing with. But also a little more backstory on how. Okay, so you don't necessarily give full character backstories, but just sort of since there are so many characters, you can kind of globalize it a little bit and expand it a little bit as far as how. The storms and how this Husk apocalypse came to be. So more backstory to the story. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, give a little bit more backstory to that.
What about you, Wing? You got one?
No.
No?
No, I don't really get into that stuff because I don't know. I'm weird, I guess. I just want to jump in a game, get a gun, and blow crap up. I really don't care about the story. Yeah. There's very few games that story matters to me, and when it comes to the back stuff, even like on TV shows that I like where they do these webisodes, I've seen some of them, and I'm like, they're always different people, or it's
right.
I just don't, I just don't care for it. I really, it's not my.
All right. Yeah, that's it. That's all we had for questions.
I was gonna say, I was just thinking, Borderlands. Borderlands 2. I'm right there with you on that. So I know David Snyder would say Paladins, but I wouldn't be surprised if that actually already exists.
Why not if they do it with Overwatch?
I'm sure it already exists. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of backstory on Fernando.
He's gay, by the way.
Oh, God.
Go watch.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, next week is going to be... I'm going to have a lot of stuff to talk about next week because Fan Expo Toronto is next week. So next week, I'm going to hopefully be able to play Super Mario Odyssey. I'm hopefully going to be able to get my hands on an Xbox One X and actually check it out. I was hoping to see something about Crackdown 3, but I guess that's probably not going to happen. I don't know what else is going to be there, but I'll be talking about a whole bunch of stuff that isn't out yet next week. What you got, Wayne? What's your question?
Did you guys see the Digital Foundry's review of Tomb Raider on Xbox One X compared to PS4 Pro?
Yes. Yeah, we did.
I didn't see the specs.
I heard about this.
I saw the differences.
That was wow.
Yeah.
Wow was all I could say.
But I know Brink brought up when there was a post in our feed that was talking about this, and Brink brought up that the PS4 version was running on the Pro but still at 1080p, whereas the Xbox version was running at PS4. That comparison. Now I don't get that. I mean, why wouldn't they run it at the top? I don't understand why that's going on. I mean, really, it's kind of silly.
Isn't that the best that the other can do?
No, it can do 4K 30 frames, or not 4K, 1440, I believe, at 30 frames. So it can run it at a higher resolution, but the game runs better at 1080. So most people are playing the game at 1080, right? They don't bother bumping it up because it doesn't run as well.
Well, then there's your reason. So
exactly. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So if you want to compare the game running at the same frame rate, and then this is what you're going to see visually. Yeah. It's like, wow. I mean, that was a stunning picture of what the Xbox One X can do. And I see all these people like, well, I don't need it. They've been in your groups, they've been in our group. Well, I don't need to buy an X because I get everything I need from the Pro. And I'm like, no, you don't. There's
maybe you do, and that's fine. But you're still gonna get more out of an Xbox One X. So,
right, but they're acting like their comments are geared towards like there's nothing there on an X. Like that doesn't give you.
There's no exclusives. Is what they're saying.
The thing that I'm finding is everybody is finding an excuse to shit on Microsoft, just like they always do. It's like Microsoft is finally doing something cool and awesome, and it's going to be great. And all people are looking for is the bad. And I said this in the comments. It's like, why can't we stop looking at the bad and just enjoy what's good about gaming? It doesn't matter whether you play it on PS4, whether you play it on Xbox, whether you play it on PC. Play it wherever you get the best enjoyment out of that game. That's what you need to do. Stop looking for the bad in everything.
And I think there was also another post. It was on Wingman's group on Facebook, This Xbox Life, where he said if you notice since especially in the last couple of weeks, where a lot of these articles from different gaming outlets have said, this is the reasons why you probably won't need an Xbox One X. And I thought, you know what, he's right. I may have been seeing a lot of those articles lately. Like where were those articles when the PS4 Pro was announced? When that was about to come out. Like they didn't exist.
Everyone, and it doesn't matter that it's underpowered. It's a PlayStation, so
yeah. And there was there was an article that I saw actually, Gunny, and it was kind of rare, where these guys took, once they released all the specs for the PS4 Pro, where they built a gaming PC with essentially the equivalent specs, to see what it could do, and it wasn't running a lot natively.
No.
At that it still had to upscale everything.
Yes.
And they were like, yeah, it's really not, you know, they're like, yeah, if you really want to stretch and maybe get this little bit extra, yeah, but they're like, it's really not worth your money.
Yeah.
Fake news. But since we are, you know, we talk about all games here. Ryan, I just had a question for you, and Wing, and all three of you, and that is, if you guys have played the new DLC for that PlayStation exclusive game, which I can't think of the name of right now. Fortune's Find, is it the DLC?
Oh, the Uncharted DLC?
Uncharted, yes.
No, I haven't played that yet.
Okay.
I haven't got a chance. Wing, have you gotten into that? I know you got a PlayStation over there.
Yeah, no, I haven't played that one yet.
No, okay. Lost something. Lost Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. God damn it! What is it called?
Yeah, I totally forgot.
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to it.
Whatever.
I got, what was it, Rock Band 4 on the PS4 a couple weeks ago, and I still haven't put it in yet.
Yeah, well, you're probably better off.
That's the best one, though.
Well, no, it was. It
wasn't.
It was given to me as a birthday gift.
Yeah.
So
I remember you telling me that. I mean, Rock Band 4, like when I bought it when it first came out, and I was like, all right, yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be Rock Band again. And then I played like 2 or 3 songs, and I was like, yeah, I now realize why I don't play Rock Band anymore.
But couldn't you?
Out of the game.
But
yeah, no multiplayer. That was a big miss.
Yeah. Granted, I do wish I had it on the Xbox though, just because in my library, I did have all of those other ones, and I could import all of the old songs and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
I can import
like almost 400 songs in Rock Band. Almost 400 songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget how many I had, but I had a lot.
And dude, trying to import them was a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah. Nightmare.
Yeah. Especially at launch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Anything else?
Nope.
Closing out the show?
I think so.
All right, guys. We are coming to the end of the show here. We're going to just sign out and we'll be done. And we'll be done. Another episode of Horrible Gamers in the books. Episode number 166. So, guys, don't forget, you can head on over to Facebook and type in Horrible Gamers Community, and you'll find us. You'll find our community group, which you have to ask us for access to, and we will let you in. There is also a page, which pretty much the page just tells you, when we go live and when we're doing certain streams, and just there's not really a lot of community conversation there. That's more just to promote us as a podcast. Whereas the community group is where we all talk to each other. We all get in there and share articles and try and get groups together to game. So go check that out. Head over to Facebook, Horrible Gamers Community and Horrible Gamers Podcast. So check both of those out. Or I think it's Horrible Gamers Podcast Community, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you search that and you will find us for sure. We are there. And then you can talk to us and all the people in the community and get together and game together and have fun together and yell and scream at each other about Xbox is better or PS4 is better or PC is better, whatever. You go in there, we're all in there talking.
I did buy some PC games I can talk about next week.
All right. Woohoo! More PC gaming from Gunny. I think I might be doing some PC gaming next week too, so we'll see. But guys, just so you know, you can find me on Xbox Live, PSN, and Steam under the gamer tag Gib8777. That's just 3 7s. 8777. Okay? So no, the extra 7s aren't there. That guy is still getting friend requests from me, I think. The 7777777.
Just 3.
Gunny, where can they find you?
Find me on Xbox
Gunny
Live.
the Dragon.
The Dragon. 80. Find me on Xbox Live and on Steam under Gunny Chief, one word. Let's game. Jedi. Where are you, buddy? Where's all the places we could find you?
Well, on the Xbox Live and the Steam, you can find me at Vengeful Jedi. You can also find me on the Geek Dig Podcast. Go to geekdigpod.com. It has on the main page there all of the links to the various platforms where we are, being iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Satchel Player, Player FM, Google Play, iHeartRadio, just about anywhere that you can listen to a podcast, except for Spotify, but I'm currently in the application process.
Right.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, Wing, where can they find you, buddy?
You can find me on Xbox and PSN as Wingman709, on Steam as Wingman15, and you can check out our show and our Facebook group. Our Facebook group is This Xbox Life, and that is also our website. We air live on Twitch every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. So,
alrighty. And guys, if you do join our community, there is a link to TXL, I believe, at the top of the page. So if you join us, you can join them as well. You can link in and go join them because they have a great community as well. We have a lot of mixture between our communities. There's a lot of people that are in both. So, always check them out too because it's a great community over there at This Xbox Life. So, Wing, I want to thank you for coming by. Same with you, Vengeful. Gunny, what are you doing? What do you got?
I was just going to say you can find Jesus Walks a lot and over on Xbox.
No, don't find...
No.
Just because they're watching the fight,
why would you want to find him?
He chose. He set his priorities, his loyalties lie elsewhere.
Yeah, he was supposed to give away $65 tonight, and he didn't.
Yeah, see how he weaseled out of that?
Yeah, he spent that money on the fight.
Yeah, he had to pay for it somehow.
Yeah, exactly right.
You can also find Eric, Epic Irk, on the Xbox as Saint Nicholas, and over at the Nerder Wells podcast.
You don't need to find him either. Anyways, guys,
I know.
That's it. We got another episode in the bag of Horrible Gamers podcast. As Gidget would say, peace out, Brussels sprouts. Brush your teeth and go to bed. Good night, everybody.
You weren't ready for this.
How are you not ready for this? You knew.
I was in my own world over here, and I know I asked what time we were starting.
I shouldn't talk. I mean, I should have checked all this shit before I restarted, but...
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Whoops. I just looked at the skill tree in Path of Exile.
You finally saw it, eh?
My God.
I told you, it's crazy, right?
I'm going to quit this right now.
Don't get discouraged by it. Try the game still. Dude, it's just like a humongous fucking spread of branches that you can go. It goes all over the place. It's crazy.
Dude, that Fortnite one makes me look at it and like, you know what? Fuck games with skill trees.
Yeah.
Oh, the skill tree is humongous, dude. Like, you won't even believe it when you see it. You'll be like, what the hell?
Oh, don't tell me this because I just finished downloading the game. Does this mean that I was the most organized one here this evening, even coming out early?
No, don't even start that.
I came on here a half hour early just so that you could set up, things with my video and stuff.
I was out getting coffee and stuff.
Hell.
This is how it is, Wing. We're just at each other's throats way before the show, and we just clear it out, Get my daily llama.
Llama.
I swear I'm in the preview program. Well, Wing, you haven't gotten the new update yet, have you?
Nope. Yeah, I thought you did.
No, I haven't gotten that one yet either.
I got one the other day, but it's not the most current. I guess the Alpha Ring only has the newest.
Yeah, that's what I'm in. I have that.
The Beta Ring.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm in the third one, it says.
Me too.
I was looking earlier today at some shit.
Oh no, guys.
What?
The live stream is not working.
Oh no.
Hang on. Discard. Live. 5. This is fucking bullshit.